Hey, 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 good morning. Happy Easter Sunday, everybody. Today's April 5th, and it is 9:34 a.m. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing today? I'm alright. I'm okay. Thank you for asking. Thank you, sister. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Anyway, what's up? Let's get some energy here. Remember that time is fluid, so whenever you see this message, it's when you're meant to see it. It's a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone, so please only take what resonates and leave the rest. What's up? Let's get some energy here, y'all. Happy Easter Sunday. He is risen, right? Yes. What's the message, Spirit? I heard whether awake or asleep. Whether awake or asleep. All of us will not be asleep when he comes back. Some of us will still be here. We'll still be amongst the living. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Spirit. I feel so low. Hang on, y'all. Let me raise my chair up a bit. There we go. I'll be scared I'm gonna tear my little legs up on the bottom of this damn desk. I remember them days. What's the message for my collective energy here? How y'all doing? I appreciate y'all so much for being a part of this community. Thank you. You know, try to keep it light, right? Drama free. Yeah, we ain't having it. I don't need it. I don't want it. What we got here? We got some planets here. We have Venus. Okay, attraction. Yeah, pleasure, good times. Where's my cards? My little cheat cards. There's one. There's one. Alright, so this is Taurus energy. Coming in the Taurus season, baby. Listen, I'm just saying. Coming in the Taurus season, what we got here? North Node, baby. Listen, success. There will be success. Yes, you will celebrate. You will have good times, you know, good energy, love, money, prosperity. Stay in your North Node, you know, stay in your high vibration. You're calling in a lot of things at this time. I feel like you're manifesting, and whatever you're manifesting is coming to fruition and it, yeah, quickly. That's what I'm hearing. What we got here, we have Scorpio season. That's your opposite sign. This about y'all, Taurus. This about y'all. Yeah. Oh, we got Gemini energy. So April, May, Taurus. Take it how it resonates. May 3rd, I'm hearing. All right. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. All right. Okay. Yeah. Purification and resurrection. Listen, you know the secrets. You know, look, this Gemini energy is giving me dark and light sides, right? You're integrating your dark and your light energy together. You're creating stabilities, your polarities, I'm hearing. Your polarities. Yes. You know that we all have a soft node. We all have that low vibration. We know that. We understand that. And I feel like the secret, because you got the secrets, right? You're resurrecting yourself. Whatever, you know, it's like a killing off of the old you, of your old way of doing things, right? So with the secret is, yes, you know that you have a dark side, but you choose to walk in the light. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right there. Yep, we closed up. I'm gonna leave it right there. You choose to walk in the light, right? You choose to walk in high vibration, and resulting from the power of the resurrection. Ooh, come on, Spirit. The power of the resurrection. Stop playing. The dying of the old and the rising of the new. Your North Node. Wow. And today's Resurrection Sunday. Today's Easter Sunday. Come on now. How appropriate. How appropriate. Let's see what we got here. Alright, what we got here. Do I want to start with this? I don't think I want to start with this. Because that's the relationship that... Let's help you understand your unconscious self. Let's do the shadow. Let's do some shadow cards. Alright, so yeah, so this is a new cycle. April 1st was the beginning of the new year, right? What's going on here? This is definitely about you balancing yourself out. And I feel like I'm hearing attraction rather than promotion. You don't have to do nothing. Just be who you are. You don't have to do anything. There's no way you need to act. There's no box you need to fit in. There's no, category. You just got to be yourself. And that will be enough attraction for other people to see, how you change. Thank you, Spirit. What we got here? Self-sabotage. Ooh-wee. Procrastination, negative self-talk, and fear of failure undermine your success. You're overcoming. You're very resilient. Maybe you could have allowed your Venus, what am I trying to say? Venus is the energy of pleasures, attractions, sexuality, the love of money, the love of sex, the love of material things. Alright? And now I didn't say anything about doing it too much or doing it too little. But that's the energy, that's the house, it's the house of love. Okay? Your sexuality, right? Your sexual desires, and like I said, how you feel about money. There could have been a time in your life when those were very important to you. But matter of fact, those might have been all that you were really striving for. It was money, property, and prestige, right? By any means necessary, sacrificing yourself, right? Being in relationships in environments where you the whole focus was about who had what, how much, and who somebody was sleeping with. Right, who you had on your arm, what your car looked like, how much jewelry you had around your neck, and whatever else, right? In whatever environment you were in, right? If you were in a very, drug and alcohol-driven energy, then you spent a lot of time in the bars. You know what I'm saying? You drank a lot, you smoked a lot, you sat on the corner a lot, you spent a lot of time at park. You spent less time going to work, calling out sick, or those things, that's that Venus energy, right? So I feel like maybe a lot of you were in some self-sabotage energy, right? You were doing shit that was going to fuck up your flow, right? Undermine your success, right? You had to be resilient. Maybe you had to overcome a lot of losses, a lot of, situations that were disrupted in some way, shape, or form, but by your own accord, right? By your own behavior, right? By whatever it is that you were idolizing at the time. That's what you focused on. Okay, we have here seductive allure. So some of you guys could have had a very active sex life, right? You could have been driven by sexuality. You could have thought that the more freakier shit you did, the better you were, in bed, and maybe that's something that you led with, right? And when you jumped into relationships, that they were sexual relationships, and that's how you kept the fire burning until it died, right? We have arrogance. Somebody could be very arrogant, all right? Very much so, feeling like having a God complex, okay? Or a goddess complex, right? Never really being able to emotionally attach to any situation, right? And look, and the limiting beliefs, believing that that's all it is. That's all I'm hearing. That's all I'm good for, right? And that's the self-sabotage part, is because you could have just been, it's not that you were just focusing on that energy. However you came to get to that energy, and that comes by way of manipulation. You've seen what it does for you. You've seen how people are attracted to you, and the more people that was attracted to you realized it was all about the sex. So then you begin to use that sex as a tool, male or female. All right? Not seeing flaws hinders your growth. No limits to learn and improve. So, pride and ego, limiting beliefs. That's just saying, like, you don't. It says ultimately you become what you believe, right? And that still comes from how you feel about yourself, right? What were you made? What was grafted onto your mind about who you are as a person, and who is it that did something so traumatizing to you that it changed your perceptions? Because I feel like as a child we grow up and we feel like we can do anything, right? We do, even as a child, even though we don't know what we want to do, but there's no fear. There's no fear until we fall. There's no fear until something falls on our head. There's no fear until we step in a hole. There's no fear until we do something that hurts us, that scares us, and then we become fearful. Or when somebody does something to us, then we become defensive and we become blocked off and we close off our emotional flow. We're no longer just out there vulnerable. Now we got our defenses up. That's a blockage, right? And that will carry on for the rest of our lives. For the rest of our lives, we'll have that, who are you really, what you fucking really want? Because of that one person, right? Mindset, self-realization, humility and awareness, craving promises, hidden. What's going on here, Spirit? Somebody's very stubborn. Somebody's very stubborn. Okay, so Spirit's saying you could be stubborn in a good way, right? You could put up boundaries. You could be very perseverant, right? You really go after the things that you want. You feel like you can achieve it and you go for it. And you don't listen to people that tell you that you can't. That makes you want to do it even more. Okay? So take that how you want. You can use it in low vibration, high vibration. Somebody tell you that you can't have something that, and you go take it. You know what I mean? Spirit saying ride the storm. You rode the storm like a surfer. You're the surfer, and the water's your emotions. You rode that shit. You came above it. You didn't let it overtake you. You know what I'm saying? You know how to swim, and now you know how to ride them. Right? Now you know how to come above them. You know exactly what they're here to do. Those emotions, you know exactly what they're here to do. And you say, I'm going to learn how to ride this out. I'm going to learn how to deal with my emotions in a healthier way. Right? I'm going to learn a new skill. A new skill to deal with my emotions so that I don't have to go back to that sabotaging energy. Right? Embrace the void. Come on, Spirit. Look at you. Look at you. Your true potential is waiting to be discovered. You could feel like it's lonely, but see what you're here to do is you're purging. You're purging, purification, and resurrection. There you go. Purge, purify, and refine. Look at that. Everything's coming into alignment. Everything's coming into alignment. You are coming into alignment. You are in alignment. You learn how to rise above the emotions. You learn to embrace the void. If I let all this go, then what's left? All you know is how to run off of that pain. You've never experienced running off of happiness, of joy, of freedom, except that one time. And you can barely remember that because that was interrupted. Girl interrupted. Boy interrupted. Right? That freedom you used to feel. That playfulness, your innocence. Anything else in spirit before I close this? Anything? Anything else they need to know before I get... Okay, we have the unknown. Look at that. Uncertain is the only certainty there is. Surrender, curiosity, and faith. Yep, because you're making positive change in your life. Yep, you're coming out of the storm into the sun. You see that, right? She got an umbrella. That's, you know, I'm hearing when it rains, the only way you can prepare for rain is have an umbrella. Right? Because the rain is going to come. The only way you can prepare yourself in an ocean with a surfboard is learn how to ride the waves. Because otherwise the ocean will take over you. Come on now. Prepare yourself. Preparedness. Transform pain into strength and empower yourself. Ascend, evolution, and freedom. Let's get some more cards here. Where do you want to go with this, Spirit? Because these babies out here looking at me. Let's see. Alright. How, in what way, I feel like a lot of you, a lot of us, have gotten to this place where we are not self-sabotaging ourselves anymore. We've learned how to do that. But for those that have not recognized their South Node energy or been able to identify it within themselves, these are for you. Alright? That's what Spirit is saying. Because sometimes you have to meet people where they're at, right? And sometimes the words or the information is foreign to them because they don't understand the definitions, right? Thank you, Spirit. If that makes sense. So this is not gonna go by the word. It is the words, but this is going to tap more into emotions, into our psyche, into how we feel inside. Thank you, Spirit. What's the message here? What's the self-sabotage that the collective doesn't see, Spirit, about themselves and about others around them? That they refuse to take a look at, that they keep overlooking, the red flags that they keep missing, Spirit. Or, Spirit, why is it that they're afraid to walk away from the situation? Using silence as a punishment. So you or someone around you could be using silence as a punishment. Okay, encourage open communication and refuse to be manipulated by silence. So you could have been dealing with somebody that when they wanted to try to manipulate you to get you to what you call it, puppeteer, to get you to react or do something that they wanted, they would give you the silent treatment, and you would try to figure out what's going on, baby, what's wrong, and nothing. Yeah, that's what I call pulling teeth. Somebody wants you to pull the teeth to get to the root of it. And you know, a lot of people ain't gonna let you just go in and pull their fucking teeth, so you got to fight somebody, right? They got their mouth shut. Nope, they rather stay in pain. And they don't want to tell you shit. Let me see, we get threatening to leave. Look at that. So you could also have someone around you that threatens to leave every time, you know, you feel vulnerable, or you feel vulnerable, or if you're feeling yourself, if you're feeling good about yourself, threatening to leave. Why would somebody plays on another person's abandonment wounds? That's what I'm seeing. Like you may have shared something with someone about, you know, how you may have felt abandoned, maybe growing up as a child in some way, shape, or form. Somebody plays on that shit. So somebody got close to you, and then they threatened to leave, so that would hurt you, so you could feel that wound. Stand firm in your value and refuse to accept manipulative threats. Stability comes from mutual respect, right? Yeah, so if somebody threatens to leave, let them go. But all you need to understand is they were playing on your abandonment wound, using love as a fucking weapon. What did I say? They were playing on your abandonment wounds, on you feeling abandoned, left, rejected, you know what I mean? Insecure, yeah, needy. Recognize manipulation and refuse to let love be used against you. True love is nurturing, not controlling. And you know what hurts the most? Is when we recognize that somebody's using our shit to hurt us. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, damn, I wish I never told that motherfucker that. You feeling me? Limiting beliefs. Recognize manipulation and refuse. What we got here? Yep, because somebody's playing mind games. That's all it is. They playing on your chakras, your root chakras, those things that hurt you, those things that you share with them that you really ain't never shared with nobody. You know? Maybe you were behaving a certain way and you tried to explain to your partner, this is why you feel so defensive when such and such happens, or on these holidays, or around, you know what I'm saying? And they fuck with you. Ever since you told them that shit, they've been using that shit. They don't show up on those days, right? They too busy to be with you, to, you know, if you're going through that type of shit. Or they'll bring that shit up on, you know what I'm saying? Demand honesty and refuse to engage in manipulative behavior. Seek clarity and truth. And yeah, that's that dentist shit though. I mean, how far are you willing to go to seek clarity and truth? They don't want to tell you to let them go. But you got to understand. Don't take on somebody else's shit. If that's how they want to act, let them act like that. You just know you ain't did shit. And when they finally come on, they finally see that shit ain't working no more. That's you guys doing that purification and resurrection, baby. That's y'all purging other people's throwing shit at you, you know. That's all that shit be. Public humiliation. Somebody could have tried to publicly humiliate you. Somebody's very disrespectful. Could have been very disrespectful towards you in public. This is somebody that likes to argue when you're out in the street. I can't stand that. I can't stand arguing out in public. I can't stand arguing in private, but I really don't like to do that shit in public. Because it's like, why are you grandstanding? Why do you want people to look at me as if I'm, you know, irresponsible or disrespectful, or, you know what I'm saying? Why do you want people to see me in a rage so you can go, you know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. This is somebody that likes to trigger you. Assert your boundaries and demand respectful treatment both in private and in public. Both, listen, you really don't want to argue with nobody at all, right? You're not, what's the argument for? What's the aggressiveness for? We're not at war with each other. We're not fighting each other. Why are we getting loud? Why are we yelling? Why are we attacking each other? What's really fucking going on that you want to fight? It's because you're not behaving the way that they want you to. And you know what that means too? They feel exposed. Oh, they're not going to fight with me. Then they see what I'm doing. They feel fucking exposed. Come on, Spirit. Look. Blaming you for their problems. Come on, Spirit. And when you don't react to that bullshit like they've been said, they realize you caught them. Right? You caught them. You see what they're trying to do. Now they're embarrassed. Right? Come on, Spirit. Hold them accountable and refuse to take on blame that isn't yours. I can't make it up. Look. That's the Queen. Yeah. Yeah. What else, Spirit? Anything else? Collective need to know? This is somebody also I'm hearing that will go around and tell everybody else that the reason they acted the way they did was because of some shit that you did. And it's like, even if this shit may happen once, this is somebody be like, it's always, all the fucking time. That's what I'm hearing. Control issues. Look at this shit here. Somebody's got control issues. They can't control you when they can't trigger you. When they can't get you into that energy of shame, guilt, and vulnerability, right? Picking at your wounds. Stop playing. Take back your power by setting healthy boundaries and asserting your independence. Look, ignoring the red flags. Didn't I say that? Yes, it's time to stop paying attention. Pay attention to the red flags. Anytime anybody tries to pick at a wound, then the danger friend. Danger friend. Look, because somebody got unresolved anger. Unresolved anger. Somebody it kind of equates love or attention with when people, I'm hearing it's like if they don't fight, then it ain't love. Ain't that crazy? So they equate fighting and then anger and all of that with love, with showing that you care. And if you don't, that means you don't care. No, it don't mean we don't care. It means that we tired of you fucking with us. Lack of support. Some of you could feel like you have lack of support. Spirit says, surround yourself with people who support and uplift you. Seek encouragement outside the relationship if necessary. I'm going to have to put a disclaimer on that. That does not mean step outside your relationship to seek emotional or sexual or anything like that. They're talking about here therapy or something, or a friend that has a friend, not, man, y'all don't play. Don't do that shit, that gaslighting. Withholding support. Yeah, because somebody around you has not been your biggest supporter, your biggest fan. They have not. Somebody has been wanting to control how you move, all the aspects of your life, who you deal with, where you spend your time, how you spend your time. If you are somebody that has to go to work and you go straight home, I promise you, if you didn't have to pay them bills, this person would be knocking you, making you lose your jobs and some more shit if they haven't already. So they could disable you. You hear me? What we got here? Withholding affection and withholding support. Look at that. Look at this. Somebody wanted you to be in a cage, locked in a cage on a timer, nigga. I'm hearing somebody was on a timer. You had so much time to get from your job to the house. Or there will be questions, right? Child. Somebody wanted you. Somebody didn't want you to spend time with your friends, your family, right? Because you know why? Because they think that when you're with your friends or your family, you're talking about them. That's what Spirit said. They think you be talking about them in a negative fashion, right? And you probably just be glad to be the fuck away from this all the time. You hear me? This is somebody that's very insecure. Ooh, somebody had a baby. Somebody's been saying that if they didn't have a baby and have to stay home with the baby, that they would be doing better, you know, and they feel like, you know, that you trapped them. Child, please. To keep them in the house. Maybe, I don't know, I can't listen. Criticizing your appearance, you're fat, especially after the baby weight. Ooh-wee. Embrace your own beauty and seek validation from within. That's why we don't let others. Look, withholding love is a punishment. There it is again. There it is again. In a cage. Cutting you off from your support, from you know, around you, from your environment. Yeah. I always want you in the house, you know. This is somebody that I keep hearing that does not want you to be around anybody that might change your fucking mind about them. Look, silent treatment. Silent. There's something about this person fucking with your head when they do the silent treatment. Encourage open communication, address issues directly. Silence can be broken with honesty. Maybe you're the one that's being silent. I don't know. Maybe when this person starts getting in a rage, you shut down, you get quiet. That's how I'm seeing that as well. This person could be physically violent as well. Maybe you're afraid. Maybe you come from an abusive family dynamic. Maybe somebody else does. Maybe whoever this is that tries to publicly humiliate you, this person could be violent. If they haven't hit you, they just haven't gotten there yet. They haven't gotten there yet, but they're on their way. They're testing you. They're testing your resilience. They're testing your power. How much power do you have over yourself? Ignoring your goals. And this is it. When you start letting things go that you desire, when you start, stop going to work and start staying home, and maybe y'all talked about having a baby, but y'all didn't talk about you staying home. But now it's a different story, right? Now you're home with the kid because that's what they want, right? There's a lot of things I feel like you stop doing. You stop going out with your friends. You stop going to the gym. You stop taking that class because this person would throw that gaslighting manipulation on you, like you're doing something wrong. You don't love them because you want to spend most of your time with your friends and your family and doing shit away from them. Stop playing. Look! I ain't making this shit up. Somebody's very possessive. They want you bound to them all the time, shaming your interests. Listen. That's for somebody. This is somebody's story. Shaming your interest. That's right. Yeah, pressuring you to change. To be more domestic, more submissive. What else going on here, Spirit? My. Child. Narcissist fucking behavior. Stop playing. I didn't really want to say it. I don't like to label people, but that's what it is. Recognize narcissistic traits and protect yourself by setting firm boundaries. Yeah. Somebody made you feel like you were not enough, that you didn't turn them on anymore when they started talking about your appearance. But yet and still you go to the gym, it's like, who you trying to fucking impress, some nigga at the gym? Make that shit make sense. Make that shit make sense. That's where that confusion comes, that gaslighting, that mind F. What's going on here, Spirit? Woo child. Come on now. Withholding support. Somebody, man, listen, somebody really tried to take you through there if they did. Somebody took you, it's like somebody picked the prettiest fucking flower and took it out of the garden. That's how I see that shit just now. Somebody picked the prettiest flower and snatched it out the garden. Yep. Because they wanted to possess it. And by snatching it out of its natural fucking environment, it dies. What's going on here, Spirit? With the constant negativity. Damn, somebody was really pushing, on somebody's self-image and their confidence and their self-esteem. And never mind that all the humiliation rituals that this person was doing, also that, sacrifice, they weren't respecting you. So there goes your self-respect, right? Because you're dealing with this person. You're allowing this person to degrade you, right? To constantly talk to you in humiliating ways, right? Thank you, Father. Right? And the constant nigga. And then, if they ain't fucking argue, fussing, and fighting and talking shit to you, they ain't saying shit to you at all. And now you're thinking, have they replaced you with somebody else? What else going on? What else? One more for this deck here, because I feel like you guys you're gonna have to come up out of that, baby. Emotionally unavailable, unavailability. Yeah. This person was never going to give you the emotional give and take, 6 of cups, 10 of cups energy that you were looking for, that you were hoping for, that you thought, right? But what did we learn from this? Right? It's our vibration, right? Ignoring our own boundaries, ignoring the boundaries, right? This is somebody that ignores your boundaries as well. And they don't listen to you. What did I say? They don't listen to you. You start talking, especially when it comes to emotions. Now they'll argue with you and they'll be debate with you about money, property, prestige. But when it comes to your feelings and emotions, they don't want to hear that shit. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because that's where you'll fucking win. Because that's where you will win. That's where you will win, because you can recognize and you can express yourself. They cannot. They know you will beat them there. So they try to take that power from you. Okay. Let's get some more cards here. Let's get some tarot. Let's close it out with some tarot. Wheel of Fortune. There's a change, baby. That's right. You are no longer self-sabotaging. And self-sabotaging can also be when we allow other people to fucking abuse us. Right? Right. Right? Right. When we allow motherfuckers to abuse us. The lack of support. Right? They're not really there to help us. They only, you know what I'm saying? They're not leading us down the right direction. 3 of Pentacles is working together, communicating like a will or machine. 3 of Pentacles in the reverse is no collaboration, and nobody's on the same page, right? This is something you had to go into hermit. That's that. What do you call it? Chrysalis time of a butterfly, when the caterpillar goes into the cocoon. That's the chrysalis for the transformation, right? For the purification, right? It's the breaking down and purifying and refining. Thank you, Spirit. And when it's refined, it comes out looking like something different. A reshaping or a remolding. It comes out looking like something different. It doesn't come out the same way that it went in. Come on, Spirit. Come on, Spirit. What's going on here, Spirit, for my collective? I'm seeing a butterfly, baby. You listen. You are not the same as you were before you went into your chrysalis. Hoo-wee. Tower, baby, you're not the same. Somebody's not learning the lesson. There's a tower here, baby. Or you had to go through a tower to get here. Take it how it resonates. You cannot stop the process, I'm hearing. You can't stop the process. What we got here? The 3 of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Staying to yourself. Nurturing your wounds, right? Building a foundation for yourself. After the crushing, after the tower falling, right? On all those things that you thought, that you were building, right? That you built your foundation on. Disappointment. Betrayal. Nothing is what you thought it was going to turn out to be. Right? Nothing that you were investing in, and there was a lot of betrayal here with the 3 of Swords. There was a lot of we got veins, and then we got arteries. These are deep wounds. This is like hitting a vein and barely missing an artery, something that could kill you. You hear me? These are very deep wounds, and it has shown you how much of yourself you were sacrificing, right? Not just to other people, but how you were allowing yourself to be used, right? Ten of Swords in reverse, baby. Come on now. Yes. Turning that shit around. The Ten of Swords in the reverse. Somebody could have really put a damper on your on the things that you wanted. My phone turned off and it's turning back on. Look at that. By itself. King of Cups in the reverse. Did I turn it back up? No. Somebody could have really created a lot of blockages. This is somebody that put a damper on all those things that you may have, your ideas, right? Things that your plans, your hopes, your dreams, which is like somebody just like was so very possessive and wanted to have so much control over you. Somebody, whatever you was trying to do, there was somebody that always said it wouldn't work. It won't work. Or they came against it in some way, shape, or form. And I don't know why this is giving me parental energy. This could have been a parent. Because we got this King of Cups in the reverse here. Somebody really tried to stifle you from being the best you could be. Reboot. Resurrection. My phone just rebooted itself. Purification and resurrection. You're getting a reboot, collective. One we is yes in French. Yes. Yes, you are. You're getting a reboot, collective. An upgrade, I'm hearing. A programming upgrade. Thank you, Spirit. So you may have been in isolation for a little bit, right? We already said that. In the chrysalis. Come on, in the darkness, baby. Making that change. You do not look like what you did when you went in there. My granny. I gotta check. So it can go ahead and finish doing what it's doing. But what we got here, Spirit? This King of Cups is still in the reverse. Or this could be a spouse. Okay, with the King of Cups in reverse. Somebody that you may have I'm hearing you tried to show this person love because you guys had a trauma bond. You guys both could have had abandonment issues, especially when it comes to family, right? Yeah. So you try to bond with this person and to try, to work through things together to show each other that y'all got each other back. But this motherfucker was using it to play you, man. Yeah. Whenever you would get out of this person's reach or fucking control, they would poke at your wounds. They would ignore you. They wouldn't talk to you. They would get other people to stop fucking with you. Come on, Spirit. Public humiliation, down, degrading you, calling you out your name and disrespecting you in front of people and shit like that. That's what this person did. Yeah. Yep. They sure did. Somebody had an energy around them like that. And they talk shit about you when you wasn't in their presence. Confirmation. You had to move away. You listen, the moon, yes, baby. You knew that you were self-sabotaging. That's self-sabotaging when we stay in shit like that for way too fucking long. Listen, you knew you had to unhinge or unbind yourself to this fucking demonic person that was rooted in toxic, devilish energy. You knew you had to. You knew you had to. This person was trying to destroy everything you was trying to build, child. And you know why? Because they couldn't do it they fucking self. because they lacked the courage to do it. They were an emperor in reverse. I'm telling you, this was a narcissist. What's going on here, Spirit? I might have to pull some mother cards so we can find out who these people are, who this is. Some zodiacs. I got any cards with zodiacs? Probably do. Probably do. Yeah, you had to move. You were being led to move away with this, from this person. Yeah, what we got here, listen, Judgment in the reverse, and the Five of Cups. I'm telling you, this person was fucking with your abandonment wounds. This person caused a lot of pain for you. They caused you to have to release a lot of relationships too. You had to. It's not that you probably didn't want to, but those cups was filled with blood. They were tainted. They were tainted. Yep, and they were tainted by somebody else's spirit. They were drinking. Yeah, spirits that they was drinking out of somebody else's cup. They was drinking out of this person's cup. They was taking this person's word for everything. You know what I mean? They jumped on the bandwagon. Thank you, Spirit. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Listen, Eight of Cups, man. Listen. You did what you needed to do. You had to walk away. You had to. You had to protect your fucking self. To find your peace of mind. You know, you had to defend your own honor, your own virtue, your own agency. Right? So you may have looked like they made to look like a rebel or somebody that was very irresponsible because you walked away, right? Because you didn't allow this person to take control over your life, to be the marionette in your life, to pulling the strings in your life. Other people may have allowed this person to do this. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? They may have followed behind this person because of their influence, right? Because of their position in your life. So I feel like, yeah, Spirit said there's a certain position you give people in your life that others will listen to them because they think they're that fucking close to you. You hear me? Thank you, Spirit. What's this? Listen. Two of Swords, baby. Yes, you had to defend yourself, and you do. Listen. You knew you had to get away from this shit here. You had to choose between yourself and being loyal to other people. Deep down inside, you wanted to follow your own lead, but you felt loyal to some shit that ain't even there anymore. To stay there and rebuild on that old stomach ground. You know that soil ain't fertile. Anything else, Spirit? I'm finna get off this and get out of here. Yeah. What's going on here, Spirit? Anything else they need to know? Just know, baby, you are not the person that you used to be, and you can never go back to being that person. Boom. Look at that. And you can never go back to being a caterpillar, baby, because you're a butterfly. Sorry. Yeah, Spirit said you will not go back to ever being that person again because you have elevated, you've changed. You don't even have the same DNA makeup as that person, as that other version of yourself. Yes, you know her, you've seen her before, you understand, but you don't. Nah, you don't. Y'all ain't the same. You're not the same. Your DNA makeup has changed as well. God worked on you from the inside out, baby. Yes, come on now. One more. Ta! Ta-da! Listen. There you go, Six of Wands. Listen. Come on, baby. There go another one, baby. You got your hand. The Fool. Yes. Take that leap of faith. You are not the same person. Okay, what they say. This is y'all stay up. Happy Easter. Listen, subscribe to the channel if you like the vibe. We love to have you in our community. All right. Thanks. I'll see y'all. Peace.